Worldwide, the cruise industry continues to surge, with around 34.6 million passengers last year and an expectation of nearly 37.7 million this year, and that growth shows no signs of slowing. So if you're a first-time cruiser, you're in the right place. I'm an experienced cruiser, and I want to walk you through everything. All the important decisions you'll make from the moment you book your cruise, all the way through boarding, exploring the ship, and enjoying port days without stress. And if you're an experienced cruiser, stick around, because I'm going to share tips and tricks from cruising on dozens of ships all over the world that can help you make every future voyage even better. The very first, and honestly one of the most overwhelming decisions first-time cruisers have to make, is choosing the right ship. With so many cruise lines, ship sizes, and onboard experiences out there, it can feel like information overload. The key is to start with your vacation style. Are you trying to relax? Do you want non-stop activities? Are you traveling with kids? Narrowing your options based on what kind of trip you actually want makes the process much easier and sets you up for a cruise you'll truly enjoy. Now, that's easier said than done. So here's a little cheat sheet to help guide you. If you're looking for a ship with a younger crowd and more of a fun party atmosphere, Carnival is a great choice. If you want something that's fantastic for both adults and kids, a bit more upscale and packed with big attractions like rock climbing walls, zip lines, flow riders, and Broadway-style shows, Royal Caribbean is hard to beat. Looking for something with a strong international vibe that's often more budget-friendly but still offers beautiful modern ships? Take a look at MSC Cruises. If you're interested in more unique itineraries, a slightly older crowd, and a laid-back but still lively feel, Norwegian Cruise Line NCL is worth considering. Princess and Celebrity hit that sweet spot of being stylish and modern, family-friendly, but more adult-leaning in atmosphere. And if you want a cruise that's truly adults only, with a trendy boutique hotel at sea kind of vibe, Virgin Voyages is the one to look at. But here's the tricky part. Even after choosing a cruise line, you still have to research the specific ship. Not all ships within the same cruise line are the same. Some are brand new with all the latest features, while others are older and offer a more classic, low-key experience. So once you pick the cruise line that matches your vibe, the next step is making sure the ship itself fits your expectations too. When it comes to picking the right ship, one of the smartest things you can do is set aside an hour and watch a few YouTube videos. And no, I'm not just saying that because I'm on YouTube. You genuinely learn so much by seeing the ship with your own eyes before you ever step on board. You get a feel for the layout, the food, the entertainment, the crowd, the overall vibe, and all the activities available. It's like a virtual walkthrough that helps you avoid surprises later. The best part is that different creators share different perspectives. One person might focus on food, another on cabins, another on nightlife or family activities. When you watch a few reviews, you start to piece together a full picture of whether that ship actually matches what you want out of your vacation. Someone else has already done the exploring. You just get to learn from it. When it comes to cabins, there's a huge variety and the price depends on size and features. Larger rooms cost more, and any kind of outside view, a window or balcony, will also increase the price. Here's the simple rule. If you plan to relax in your room, enjoy the view, or take in fresh air, go for a room with a window or balcony. If you'll mostly be exploring the ship, sleeping, and getting ready, an inside cabin is a smart choice. It'll save you a significant amount of money without sacrificing your cruise experience. A lot of food and drinks are included on board. Water, tea, caffeinated or decaffeinated coffee, lemonade, and often some type of fruit juice are free, but sodas and alcohol come at an additional cost. About 30% of cruisers don't drink at all, but if you're part of the 70% who do, you may want to consider an alcohol package. If you plan to buy one, do the math before you board. Packages purchased on the ship can be up to 20% higher than if you buy them ahead of time. Some packages allow up to 15 drinks per day and can cost $60 or more per day. In some cases, this can rival or even exceed the cost of your entire cruise. To break even, you'd need to drink roughly 9 drinks per day, which most people won't do. Also, consider that you'll be in port or on private islands where alcohol packages often can't be used. If the math doesn't work in your favor, don't worry. There are usually happy hour specials with drinks as low as $6, but only during limited times. To save on the cost of soda, bring your own. Many popular cruise ships allow you to bring a pack of soda on board. Cruise introductory offers can look unbelievably cheap. You might see a 7-day cruise for under $500 per person. That low price is tempting, but don't assume it's all you'll pay. Once you factor in flights or driving costs, hotel stays if you arrive a day early, transportation to and from the port, and built-in gratuities, the total adds up quickly. Then there's all the optional spending on board: specialty restaurants, alcohol, spa treatments, souvenirs, jewelry, handbags, and other upsells. Add in money spent in port on excursions, local attractions, or gifts for friends and family, and suddenly your cheap cruise is more of a significant investment. That said, cruising is still often a great value compared to traditional vacations. Just be realistic about the total cost so there are no surprises and you can budget wisely for the trip. When you first book your cruise, it might seem quick and convenient to just add the cruise line's trip insurance during checkout. It's right there, one click, and you're done. But here's what many first-time cruisers don't realize. Insurance offered directly by cruise lines is often more expensive and can be less comprehensive than third-party options. In many cases, independent travel insurance plans offer broader coverage, fewer exclusions, and better protection for things like medical emergencies, trip delays, lost luggage, and even missed connections. Plus, you're usually covered for your entire trip, including flights and hotel stays, not just the cruise itself. Another add-on that seems super convenient to book all in one step is transportation from the airport to the cruise port. The cruise line makes it easy. Just add it to your reservation and you're set. But convenience often comes at a price. Cruise line transfers can run around $20 to $30 per person each way. That might not sound like much at first, but if you're traveling with 2 or more people, that adds up quickly. And here's the thing, many major cruise ports are actually pretty close to the airport. In those cases, a rideshare or taxi can often cost less total than paying per person through the cruise line. If you're traveling solo, you still have options. You can use rideshare, a shuttle service, or even split a ride with other cruisers heading to the same port. On embarkation day, it's usually pretty easy to spot fellow passengers at the airport. Luggage tags and excited cruise energy are a dead giveaway. Download the ship's app before you board and bring your phone with you. This app is your key to making the most of your cruise. It shows show times, activities, dining menus, port schedules, and any changes to plans. You can even track your onboard spending, make purchases, and pre-order dinner from your phone. The app also helps you navigate the ship with maps and gives you the info you need to decide whether an activity or excursion is worth your time. I know many people want to unplug on vacation, but having your phone and the app is essential if you want to stay organized and make the most of every moment on board. Download it early, explore it before your cruise, and you'll be ready to dive straight into the fun the minute you step on the ship. This is something you should do before you even book your cruise. Check your passport's expiration date. For many international sailings, your passport needs to be valid for at least 6 months beyond your travel dates. If you're inside that 6-month window, you could run into serious problems at the airport or with immigration, and that could stop your trip before it even starts. Passport processing can take time, so the earlier you check, the better. Part of enjoying your cruise is being comfortable and having everything you need. Don't forget your essentials: medication, cash, small bills are best, and all your travel documents. That includes passports, or for minors, a birth certificate. If both parents aren't traveling with a child, you may also need authorization from the other parent to leave the country. Don't overpack though. Hauling extra luggage through airports and onto the ship is no fun. Most of the time, you'll be in casual clothes, t-shirts, shorts, flip-flops, and you'll want swimwear swimwear for the pool or the beach. Bring a hat, sunscreen, and anything else to stay comfortable. Some items like toothpaste, sunblock, or snacks can be purchased on board, but at a premium. Other things like medication are critical. Cruise ships don't have full pharmacies, so forgetting essential meds could force you to hunt for them in port. Pack smart, pack what you truly need, and don't forget at least one set of formal attire for dinner or special events. Also, bring some cash and small bills. You won't need it much on the ship, but it's essential for port days, whether it's for shopping, excursions, or tipping waitstaff for their excellent service. This is one of the most important things you can pack: comfortable shoes. Seriously, don't underestimate this. The average person walks about 3,000 steps per day, but on a cruise ship, even a light day can see you walking 10,000 steps, and port days can easily reach 15,000 to 20,000 steps. You're going to put your feet and your shoes to the test, so make sure they're comfortable and broken in. Wearing the wrong shoes can turn an amazing cruise into a painful experience, so invest in good footwear and your feet will thank you every step of the way. Internet packages on cruise ships can be extremely costly, sometimes more than your regular phone plan for an entire month. To avoid these charges, download all offline entertainment before you even leave home, because once you're on board, you won't be able to download anything. This can include books, podcasts, videos, reels, games, music playlists, audiobooks, mobile puzzles, digital magazines, drawing or sketching apps, language learning apps, and offline travel guides. Many stores at ports also offer free Wi-Fi to lure you in, which you can use to stay connected with friends and family back home via services like WhatsApp, Signal, or Facebook Messenger. Once you're on board, put your phone in airplane mode. Even if you don't plan to use it, roaming charges can still apply and lead to unexpected fees. This simple step ensures you stay connected only when you want to be and won't be surprised by any extra costs while you're enjoying your cruise. Here's something to always keep in mind. The ship will not wait for you, especially on embarkation day. One of the quickest ways to ruin your vacation is missing the ship because of a delayed or canceled flight. It happens all the time, and once the ship leaves, your cruise is gone. That's why I always recommend arriving at your cruise port at least one day early. It removes the stress, gives you a travel buffer, and lets you start your vacation relaxed instead of panicked. And as a bonus, most cruise ports are great cities to explore. Getting there early can feel like you're squeezing in a second mini vacation before your cruise even begins. The images you just saw came from my family exploring Miami before our cruise trip. When you arrive at the port, you'll usually have a choice: take your luggage with you on board or check it. Here's a pro tip: check your luggage. It's extremely rare for bags to get lost, and it'll make your first day much smoother. Make sure your luggage is properly tagged with your full name, ship, and cabin number. That way, if it does go missing for any reason, they can quickly get it to you. Why this matters: when you first board, your cabin likely won't be ready yet. If you're stuck lugging your bags around, you'll end up waiting somewhere on the ship instead of exploring, hitting the sail away party, and starting your vacation. Checking your luggage lets you dive straight into the fun from the very first minute. I strongly recommend bringing a backpack on your cruise. You'll need it for port days to carry all your essentials: cash, travel documents, medication, valuables, camera gear, chargers, laptops, even external hard drives. Basically anything you cannot afford to lose. Having a backpack lets you check your luggage and explore the ship freely without being stuck babysitting your bags. Pack light, keep your hands free, and you'll start your vacation the moment you step on board. And if you're the ultimate cruiser, you can even go completely hands-free with only a phone, a passport, and a wallet in your pocket. It's rare, but when it happens, it's a beautiful thing. Once you're on board, you'll quickly realize just how huge these ships are. It's not uncommon to sail, go home, and watch a video of the same ship only to discover entire sections you completely missed. That's why I recommend using your first day to walk the ship and explore. Check out all the lounges, pools, restaurants, and hidden corners. There's no point discovering a spot you'd love on the last day, or worse, seeing it in a video after your cruise and wondering how you missed it entirely. On the first day, everyone on board will receive a key card, which works like a miniature credit card. This is how you'll order drinks, pay for activities, excursions, shopping, pretty much everything on board. Cash is not necessary, and in fact, most people find they spend more using the card than they would with cash. Research shows people using cards often spend around 30% more, and cruise lines know this. It's how they encourage you to buy more. That said, don't lose your key card, and if you're traveling with kids or teens, make sure you set spending limits. Many people are used to hotel-sized rooms and plenty of space, but on a cruise ship, your cabin is much smaller and tighter than you might expect. There's room for everything, but only if you unpack, organize, and keep things tidy from the start. Make sure important items like cash, passports, travel documents, medications, and other valuables are stored safely in your cabin safe. Staying organized will make your cruise much more comfortable and stress-free. Cruise ships are huge, and sometimes your family or friends will be in cabins that aren't next to each other. You'd be surprised how easy it is to spend an entire day passing each other on the ship without meeting or running into loved ones. The solution is simple: set regular meetup times. For my family, we usually have breakfast together to plan the day, then meet again for dinner to catch up, talk about shore excursions, and coordinate the next day. Your routine might be different, but the key is to agree on a schedule before you get too settled on board. This is especially important if you're staying in different staterooms. Be mindful of the upsell on board. You'll notice plenty of people trying to sell you things you might not need, want, or even be able to carry back home. The reality is, the cruise line's low introductory fare doesn't cover everything. It's designed to get you on board so they can upsell you on extras. Even though there's plenty of free food, you'll be tempted with specialty restaurants. Other common upsells include alcohol, cocktails, wine tastings, spa treatments, massages, fitness classes, art auctions, jewelry, watches, handbags, electronics, photography packages, shore excursions, soda or beverage packages, and premium internet or Wi-Fi packages. The key is to know what's included and what's optional. Every ship you board is taking you somewhere new, which means port days are full of opportunities, but they can also be overwhelming if you aren't prepared. When you step off the ship, you'll encounter a mix of local vendors, tour operators, and activity organizers, all offering a variety of options. For first-time cruisers, it can feel chaotic. The crowds, the noise, and the pressure to make quick decisions can turn what should be a relaxing day into a stressful experience. Here's the thing, you don't have to figure it all out on the fly. I strongly recommend watching YouTube videos about the ports you'll be visiting before your cruise. This will give you a clear picture of what activities are available, how much they cost, and whether they match your interests. You'll also get a sense of what to avoid, what's worth your time, and even the best ways to navigate the port. That way, when someone quotes you a price, you'll know if it's a fair deal or if you're being overcharged. You'll also already know exactly what you want to do, where you want to go, and what you want to see, which makes port days much less stressful and far easier to manage. Another tip, get off the ship as early as possible. The earlier you disembark, the more time you'll have to explore the destination, hit the beach, take part in excursions, and discover hidden gems. Many ports have multiple attractions within walking distance, so starting early allows you to fit in several activities instead of feeling rushed or settling for just one. Even if you just want to relax on a beautiful beach, having more time means you can enjoy it fully without worrying about getting back to the ship on time. Port days are some of the most memorable parts of a cruise, and a little preparation goes a long way in turning what could be overwhelming into a smooth, enjoyable adventure. By planning ahead, knowing what's available, and getting an early start, you'll maximize your time, make smarter choices, and get the most out of every port visit. When it comes to excursions, you have two main options: book through the cruise line or find a local vendor outside the port. Often, local vendors can offer the same activities for significantly less, sometimes half the price. If you go this route, I recommend going early so you have plenty of time to complete the activity and get back to the ship without stress. Also, bring small bills to make payments easy and avoid issues with making change. I mentioned this earlier, but it's worth reiterating. Your cruise ship will leave you in port. It's extremely important not to get carried away during excursions and lose track of time. Here's a practical tip. Set an alarm on your phone about an hour and a half before you need to be back at the ship. That gives you time to browse local shops, try the food, or simply enjoy the surroundings without risking being left behind. Getting left behind is not just inconvenient, it can be expensive and stressful. Your cabin will be packed up and you'll have to pay to have your belongings shipped to you. On top of that, you'll need to work with immigration to get travel documents or a passport to return home. It's a situation you absolutely want to avoid. If you're traveling with others, make sure everyone sets alarms, not just you. Give yourself extra time for flexibility. Traffic delays, mechanical issues with vehicles, or even a boat breakdown can happen. Be careful while in port and exercise common sense precautions. Many cruise ports are in developing countries where cruising is a major industry, but sometimes people can get desperate. Avoid traveling alone, stay aware of your surroundings, and only carry what you truly need. Your ship key card is the main thing you need to disembark, so leave passports, excess cash, or unnecessary valuables in the ship's safe. Some people overlook this until it's too late, and that's dehydration, which can quickly ruin a cruise if you're not careful. Dehydration can lead to dizziness or fainting, headaches and migraines, muscle cramps, fatigue and weakness, confusion or difficulty concentrating, and in severe cases, heat stroke, which is very serious. Staying hydrated is absolutely essential, especially with all the walking, sun exposure, and activity you'll be doing on board and in port. Make it a habit to drink water constantly throughout the day and start each morning with a glass of water. It's one of the simplest and most effective things you can do for your body to keep your energy up, prevent illness, and fully enjoy your cruise. You might think sanitization isn't an issue after the pandemic, but on a cruise ship, it's still important. Ships are large, but thousands of people are confined to a relatively small space, so germs can spread quickly. The best defense is regular hand washing and using hand sanitizer. For example, at the buffet, countless people touch the serving utensils before you. Sanitize right before you eat to help prevent the spread of germs and keep yourself healthy throughout the cruise. And that's my top 28 tips for first-time cruisers. I'd love to hear what you think. Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more cruise tips and travel guides. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time on Let's Go See It.